In 1980, it happened that we had an opportunity to sell our insurance company and retire. And we did that. Sandy and I had a couple of years to really not do a lot of anything except watch our kids grow up, our daughter with the horses and our sons with their sports. And then in 1981, my mother passed away of cancer. And after that, some 2 years later, Sandy's father passed away of heart disease, and that caused Sandy and me to get very interested in what might have been an element of their death, or maybe a contributing factor. And we became very interested in health and nutrition. We saw that there was a link between good health and good nutrition, and poor health and poor nutrition. And in our study, we got very interested in all the nutritional supplements, all the food supplements. In the process of all that, we met a Greek microbiologist that was born in the United States, but he was of Greek heritage. He had developed a product for himself, as a matter of fact. He was injured in the last few days of World War II with machine gun fire. It hit him in the back as he was parachuting out of an airplane to help wounded soldiers. Dr. Ted, as we affectionately call him, was then in a hospital in England for about 18 months, and then came home to the United States and spent the next several years really working on different kinds of nutritional supplements that he thought might help him. And after many experiments and lots of formulations, he finally came up with one that was helping him.
We met him in 1982, and he had a can of nutritional product.
It had 72 vitamins, minerals, herbs, amino acids that all in combination with a proper balance was helping him get out of the wheelchair that the doctors told him that he was always going to be confined to, and also eliminated a lot of the pain that he was having. So he gave us that first can of product, and we had such good results with it that we wanted to share it with our other family and friends. And we started our kids on the product. We had our parents, we had people that we cared about that started taking Dr. Ted's product. And we saw dramatic results. I'd been taking the product for about 5 years when I was diagnosed then with a brain tumor in 1987, and that brain tumor, they had told me, was there from birth, they thought, but it finally had just reached the point where it had to be removed. Obviously, the product wasn't going to cure this problem I had, and I knew that, but the thing that it did do was it helped me dramatically get through the surgery. I recovered very quickly. I knew why. The doctors were astounded. They couldn't understand why I had recovered so quickly. But I knew what it was. I knew it was the product that I'd been taking of Dr. Ted's. So after that recovery, 1 year later, Sandy and I decided that we would start Reliv based on the fact that this product was changing our life and the people we cared about.
He was a person that was brilliant, but he needed someone like Bob because he didn't know what to do with the product.
When Sandy and I first went to talk to Dr. Ted about starting a company, we didn't even have a name for it at that time. We didn't know that the company was going to be called Reliv. We talked to Dr. Ted about trying to find a way to get this product to the masses. Dr. Ted had thought that maybe the best thing to do would be to put the product in the retail chains, to put them with it, grocery stores and health food stores and all that. Matter of fact, it even had a few people talking to him about that. Sandy and I were able to convince him that we thought that wasn't going to work very well. We felt that the best thing that could happen for this product would be for one person to talk to another one about it. It's a product that has to be explained almost. It's a product that really, if it sat on a grocery shelf or a retail shelf, would probably sit there and gather dust, because people just don't know what it really would be all about unless they had someone explain it to them. So we knew the best way to do that from the history that we'd had in studying the industry. And it had a little bit to do, I think, with the old insurance days when I knew that people networking with other people was a good way to get a business built. We felt that network marketing probably was the way to go. And after a little while of talking to Dr. Ted about that, he agreed that with the concept, and that's the way we started then. We've never looked back.
And he was a man that he filled our life with love and with joy. He truly did. We've respected him, we've loved him, we miss him.
I think the thing that makes Reliv different is that we are here for the long term. We're not a company that's been set up to be a bottle rocket type of an organization where we're going to be here today and gone tomorrow. This is a business that we want to be here for 50 or 75 or 100 years. Even though we won't be a part of that all those years, we know that our family will. We know that this business will be here, and we've set it up to be that way, to be long term. Scott is quite an individual. He doesn't really realize how talented he is, I don't think. He's quiet, he's conservative, he's someone that is quite a thinker. From the time he was a little boy, I've always referred to him as Scott Rock, and that was his nickname, was Scott Rock. And I still to this day will call him Rock or the Rock, and I'm very proud of him and what he means to our family and what he means to Reliv.
Well, I guess from a family standpoint, there's nothing greater than working, with the people that you know and the people that you trust. There's all kinds of people out there that you might want to, work with, but who do you know better than your family?
From the time that Ryan was little, he looked up to Scott. He didn't want to be a younger baseball player or a younger basketball player. He wanted to be just like Scott.
It's been an absolute dream to be able to work with him, alongside with him, knowing that we're going to have a great future together, knowing that we have something that has been built from the ground, and is now Scott and I have this opportunity to step in and make it that much better and grow it into something that's even bigger. Scott is now in charge of worldwide operations for the company, and now, with my partner Steve, we're in charge of worldwide sales. And, I think as a team, we're going to be able to work this business for years and years to come. And
there's so much room for expansion. It's not new products, it's not anything, it's not new acquisitions. It's really taking exactly what we do and offering it to more people.
It's such a pleasure for me to work in Reliv with Ryan and Scott Montgomery. I grew up with them. I knew what kind of businessmen they were going to be someday. And not only are we great friends, but we've got a common goal. We've got a common place in our heart for the success of this company. And to have personal friends that want the same things as you and the same dedication that they have to Reliv just gets me so excited about what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my future.
When Dad got started, he wanted this to be a company to where he could pass on to his children. And Scott and I kind of see it the same way, to be honest. If we do this for another 20 or 30 years, we're going to enjoy every minute of it, and growing it together. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So I think my most important job in Reliv as the president, CEO, and founder and chairman of the board of this company is to keep this company solid. It's important that we remain profitable. It's important that we abide by the laws and the rules and the regulations. We will do that. It's important for you to know as a new distributor that this company is going to be here, and it's going to be safe, and it's going to be sound and solid.